Clement's homebrew.
Coming.
Gotcha.
Yes, indeed. Hey, look. We got Collin, but who's this? This is my daughter, Kaitlin.
What?
Hi.
Is that awesome? Yeah, and yesterday we had a big celebration. We celebrated Collin's son, whom you've seen before. Cameron's second birthday, and then your daughter,
Nora.
her first birthday.
Yay.
We did a dual birthday celebration. And today, now that the festivities are over, look what we got. Oh my God. Fruit. We've got bois. Yes, you'd say bois. It's the pronunciation that's correct. It's French, meaning to drink. And of course, that's from the brewery out of Placentia, California. Tell them a little bit about it, guys.
All right. Well, this is the 5th anniversary ale brewed in the English style old ale tradition with a house Belgian yeast strain.
Yeah, and then blended using the Solera method, where a portion of each of our anniversary ales is saved in our barrels and blended with the next year's production.
You gotta love that. So we've got a little bit of the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st anniversary ales in this.
Beautiful.
And Collin was with me when we did the 4th, right?
Oh,
Fruit?
that was amazing.
Fruit or fruit? Wow, loved it.
She's
All
in
right,
for a treat.
I'm gonna have Collin cut through the wax, and we'll be right back with some glasses. We can already smell this, so we gotta get to this quick. It's producing a small little kind of off-white, almost with some yellow haze to it.
And it's definitely hazy.
It's a hazy brown.
Yeah.
I can't see through it, but I get some light coming through it a bit.
It's interesting. It's got some amber, and then it's I don't know. It's got some reddish to it as well.
It's a reddish. Yeah.
Makes me think of
a dark
really
orange.
hearty homemade cider.
Kinda, yeah. I can see that.
Really deep cider.
Yeah.
So if I give it a swirl, it'll build a little bit up, but not a whole lot.
much.
Just minor lacing.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a nose on this. Wow. Wow, rich. I think I got I got toffee, caramel, but I feel like I got a little maple off
Yeah,
of it.
I was getting some maple and almost like an apple smell off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I get some vanilla, oak.
Definitely was getting like some sort of like a bourbon or a boozy smell in there.
Ooh, I get like dark fruits, like I'm getting like golden raisins.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a fig or plum.
So.
Yep, some fig.
Yeah, I definitely smell the fig.
Oh my gosh, very strong too.
I feel like the fig is probably a very dominant smell in this.
Yeah, I'd have to.
I
agree
get
with that.
a little bit of prune too.
Yeah, I was
prune.
gonna say. I was saying that too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe that's more of what I'm smelling.
Fig
is the
and prune. Definitely some dark fruits on there, but also like a maple flavor.
That rich maple aroma is really strong on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I could pour this on my pancakes.
Oh, God, yeah. Well,
and why wouldn't you?
Why not?
Who would want to do that?
I'm like smelling it, but I'm like, you guys are here smelling. Like, I just want to drink it. It just forget the smelling.
If this
it smells good.
Forget
enough
this,
in my
man.
mouth.
I need to add candied fruit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Like
almost like
sugar plums, you know.
Or candied pears with pecan or something going on there.
I mean,
not that I'm getting much nut off of it, but I can see that a candied fruit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was like, I think sugar plum is a good description of it.
Yeah.
It's slightly different from fruit, and yet very similar too, in a sense.
Any nuttiness it would have, it seems it would be very light.
But you can tell there's alcohol. This is 15% ABV, by the way. It's an old ale.
Just like fruit.
15%.
They keep it strong.
All right, cheers to you both.
Let's taste it.
Wow.
Oh, wow. It makes me think of a brandy because of its strength.
Sure.
It does, and it leaves some tingle on your tongue, some little bubbles.
Yeah, there's a bit more carbonation in this than I recall on fruit.
Yeah.
It's also feels like a lighter mouthfeel. It's a lighter body to me. It's not as thick as you expect.
It makes me think more of an alcohol than an actual beer.
Yeah. A little bit.
And yeah, I mean, it's good.
But the body on it is It's very light. It's a very light body.
It's light, and yet it's still
Rich.
full in a way. It's not a thin beer, but compared to the Fret, it is thinner. I'd say kind of a medium body.
It's a medium body.
Yeah, it has a real richness to it, though.
Yeah, it's a little different. The added carbonation, I don't know if it plays as well as it did with Fruet. I think the Fruet played much nicer. You didn't have that one, but the bubbles on there kind of lighten up the whole thing.
But I'm definitely getting a Burby kind of feel off of it, a taste, and it's definitely turning into like a prune or a plum flavor that I'm getting.
I want to make a grilled cheese sandwich to eat with this.
Oh. We could try that out.
Okay. We'll contemplate that.
And
I just think cheese would be very good with this. Like, normally you would pair cheese with a wine.
I do have the perfect cheese
but
to
since
pair
it's
with
got
this. We
enough
might try it.
fruit in it, but I think that you could really,
I have some cheese in the fridge that's a mix of white cheddar, aged cheddar,
that would
with
be
Parmesan, toffee, and rum in it.
that would be really good.
But meanwhile, this is delightful.
Yeah. Good.
Definitely strong. So I mean, if
you can tell it's 15.
If you'd rather have like a beer, I think this is.
I do think I get like a hint of the tobacco aspect on it.
I could see that. Yeah.
It doesn't. It doesn't for me. I don't know about you guys. I don't really feel like I get the molasses type things.
No, I'm not feeling that.
More
as much.
off the fruit for me.
Yes.
Yeah, there's
more
a very strong fruit taste to it. And then the alcohol is very prominent, but it's not thick like a molasses would be, so you don't really get that.
And as good as it is and as fruity as it is, I don't think it's as sweet as the Fruit was. Not quite.
No, it's not. It's not as thick as Fruit was. It's not quite as sweet, honestly, as Fruit was.
But it's still pretty sweet.
That body just coated your mouth with Fruit much more. It stayed coated, where this kind of fades away faster.
Yeah, definitely.
But you're still getting super, super rich flavors.
Yeah.
Lots of the bourbon. You definitely are getting the oak on this. Wow, an amazing beer. All right, rating time. First, for Old Ale. I'll go ahead and lead off. Well, for an Old Ale, this is really not hard. I mean, let's face it, this is still in that world-class level. For me, the fact that the body is just too light and thin, I can't push it up there. I cannot go the 100. I've seen ratings on this, of course. But for me, I've got to go 97 on the style. It's a world class, but it needed more thickness for me.
I was going to say the same thing.
And less carbonation.
As far as an ale goes, I have to agree too there. A little bit too much carbonation. It didn't have as much head as I would expect for an older ale, and it's not as thick. So I was actually going to give it a 95 for an old ale style.
Fair enough. All right. Overall, just preferences?
Overall, I'm going to give it, I don't know, I was going to say 97 off the top of my head. I mean, it's still really good, but I don't know. From what I would expect after having through Fruet, it's not as thick, and it's too carbonated, and it's a little bit thinner. So
it was a tough act to follow, the fact that we had Fruet, I have to admit.
But it's still an amazing beer.
Overall, I think I'm actually going to go down to a 96. There are just things that fill my mouth up better. I would trade a bottle of this and something else for the Fruet. I would easily. The Fruit was amazing.
Yeah.
All right, now for the novice beer reviewer, let's get her thought on this. She can't really go with the 100 scale, so we're going to give her the alphabet to work with.
That's easy.
Well, I would say, for being a non-beer connoisseur, and I tend to enjoy wine more than I enjoy beer, I would probably give it, it is tasty. I would definitely enjoy it with a meal, but as far as just wanting a beer and something that was, refreshing or just flavorful that I really want to drink, I'd probably give it a C. And I may get some booze, I've been told, but it is a personal review, so C it is.
There you have it.
Oh, well, what can you say? You know what, folks? It's still a really fantastic beer. It's still up there on that world-class level.
True.
It's not the top of the line.
Not quite.
Fruet got straight 100s from us.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty good, but it's not Fruet. Anyway, from Clement's Home Brew, we're just saying life is too short.
To drink cheap beer.
And at least the two of us will see you
on the next beer review.
You might see her again. Who knows? We might
Let's
invite her back. Cheers.
Cheers.
Later.